Hi, math students. It's Mrs. Marcellus and my friend Forgot. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to write and solve division equations. Today's learning objective: students will write and solve division equations by applying the multiplication property of equality and using standard algorithms. Today's vocabulary is multiplication property of equality. It says if you multiply both sides of an equation by the same number, the sides remain equal. We use this to solve division equations. Well, this sounds easy enough then. I think we should get right to our first problem. What do you say, Forgot? In our first problem, let's solve y over 4 equals 8. First, we need to put our detective hats back on and follow our process. The first step in solving any type of equation is to locate the variable. Then our mission is to isolate the variable so we can determine what it's worth. In order to isolate the y, we need to eliminate the divided by 4 part. The way to undo that division is to multiply. Whatever number the variable is divided by is what we will multiply both sides by. So we'll want to multiply both sides times 4 over 1. And on the right hand side, I know that 4 over 1 equals 4, so I'm just going to write the 4 and not the whole fraction. Now I can cross cancel the 4's and they become 1's. This leaves me with 1 times y equals 32. Because the identity property tells us that 1 times any value equals that value, we can drop the 1 and simply write y. Y equals 32 is the solution to our equation. Of course, we always want to check our solution, so we can plug it back into the original equation and check to make sure that 32 divided by 4 does in fact equal 8. Let's try y equals t divided by 7. First we locate the variable, which is t, and it's on the right hand side. T is being divided by 7, so we need to undo that division by multiplying both sides of our equation by 7. On the right hand side, I'm going to write times 7, and I can put 7 over 1, or if I want, I can just write the 7. That's a matter of personal preference. On the left-hand side, I'm going to multiply by 7. Then 7 times 9 equals 63. And on the right-hand side, the 7 and the 7 cancel each other out. They both become 1's, which leaves me with 1 times t, which equals t. So 63 equals t. And then, of course, I plug my answer back in and check to make sure that 63 divided by 7 does in fact equal 9. We have y divided by 2 and 4/10, and that equals 5 and 3/10. The fact that we have decimals does not change anything about the process. I still need to isolate the variable, and to do that, I will multiply both sides of the equation times 2.4. Then I will cross cancel the 2.4's and they become 1's, and that leaves me with 1 times y, or y. Y is equal to 5.3 times 2.4, and that is 12 and 72 hundredths. Of course, I always want to check my answer, so I will divide 12 and 72 hundredths by 2 and 4/10 to confirm that it does equal 5 and 3/10. Next, let's try some word problems where we write and solve division equations. The world's most traveled cat is Hamlet. He escaped from his carrier while on a flight and hid for 7 weeks behind a panel on the airplane. Each week he traveled about 53,285 miles. How many miles did he travel in all? The total number of miles he traveled is our unknown. We know that those miles were divided up over a period of 7 weeks, and that each one of those weeks he traveled about 53,285 miles. So this is one way we can set the problem up. We also could have put m over 53,285 miles equal to 7. Either way we do that, we would still get the same answer. In order to isolate m, we're going to have to multiply both sides times 7. And we find that m equals 372,995 miles. Of course, we can check our answer by dividing 372,995 by 7 to confirm that it does equal 53,285. Since it does, we know that Hamlet traveled a lot of miles. A survey revealed 1/3 of cat owners think their pets are able to read their minds. If 45 people responded they think their cats can read their minds, how many people were surveyed? So, we have the number of people surveyed, and about 1/3 of those, which would be the same thing as dividing by 3, said their pets are able to read their minds. In this survey, 45 people said yes. So we'll have the number surveyed divided by 3 equals 45. Again, you could also switch the 3 and 45 and you would still have the same answer. However, the way we have it set up here goes with the wording of our problem. Now to solve, we will isolate p by multiplying both sides times 3. On the left, the 3's will cancel out, leaving us with p, and on the right-hand side, we will multiply 45 times 3, and that gives us a result of 135 people. We can always check our answer by dividing 135 by 3, and it does equal 45, so we know that we are correct. Well, Furkat, do you think that you can read my mind? Oh yeah? What do you think I'm thinking right now? What? No, I am not thinking that we should go terrorize the dogs. I think we should leave Pythagoras and Barkimedes alone. That would be kind of mean, don't you think? Okay, well at least you're willing to admit that. What I am thinking is, this brings us to the conclusion of our lesson, so I'm hoping all you math students out there have a great day. Bye-bye.